as well. Hope you're wavy, hope you're wavy. Hope you're wavy. What? Oh. I hope I don't crack my screen. Subscribe to my Patreon. Subscribe to my Patreon. I got a Patreon. Where I upload extra videos, extra ASMR, extra writing stuff. Like I write my thoughts on there. To the story I'm writing, I post excerpts on there. Full excerpts on the Patreon, but also you get partial excerpts on the community tab. So go on the community tab and check that out. And if you like it, you can read the full thing on Patreon. You can read the full excerpts on Patreon. And then I post my music on there. I'm doing a song a day challenge where the goal is to upload a song a day until I upload 7 songs every Friday. Every Friday, 7 songs. And yeah, you get early access on the Patreon. Then every Friday the songs come out. So link in the description for the music and the Patreon. The music and the Patreon. The music and the Patreon. There's a song by J Hus that I really like. It's called It's Crazy. But I'm conflicted because although the song is hard, with rap, it's like I wish we could stray away from the bars about violence and killing people and whatnot, because it's kind of sad. Because look, it's one thing, I think rap is naturally just very competitive. So not everything a rapper says should be taken literally. This type of song says, I'm gonna kill you on this beat. Like, or something along those lines, like, I'll destroy you, or, you know, like this hyperbolic language. They don't mean that literally, you know. There's the side of rap that's like very competitive, and they use certain language to describe just how much better than you they are at rapping, because it's very competitive. It's viewed as a sport by a lot of rappers. So there's that side of it, which is fine. That's entertaining. But then there's the side of it where it's like, we went to his house, we kicked down his door, we found him, we shot him, and we shot his friends. That's not a metaphor. Like, a lot of the times, either they're making up some imaginary scenario to make themselves look gangster, or they actually did that shit, which is terrible. I can't believe that people rap about that sort of stuff on their music. And then they cry foul when the police use the lyrics against them. And that people protect that shit. They're like, yeah, no, we shouldn't be using rap lyrics in court. Well, listen, if they're actually doing the things that they claim they're doing in the songs, maybe the police should intervene. I don't know. Because these drugs, they destroy communities. Parents are losing their kids to this violence. It's terrible. It's not good. Why do we... Like, our culture is crazy, man. Why do we stick up for blatant evil? Like, it's just like, it's not good. Imagine you were in that scenario. That's your friend, that's your family member, that's your son, your sister, whatever the case may be. And they're the subject of this rap song. They're the person that's being talked about in such a disrespectful manner. I killed him, ha ha ha. I've literally heard rappers talk about how I killed him and his parents were crying, ha ha ha. It's like, guys, no, it's too much, it's too much. So in the song I was talking about, the J House song, it's called It's Crazy. He's talking about murder gives me a boner, yada yada yada. It's too much, guys. We need to stop. We need to move on, because it's holding the genre back. Like, there's so many things we could be rapping about. There's so many ways to maintain that competitive spirit without promoting degeneracy and evil, like blatant, yeah, just promoting bad things. That's a side of rap that is too dark, and we need to get rid of it. It's too much. And if it takes the police cracking down, then hey, if that's the only way for these people to learn. Because like, even other rappers have spoken out about it. J. Cole constantly speaks out against this. Rappers like Logic constantly speak out about this. Kendrick made Good Kid, Mad City, and it wasn't a celebration of that stuff. It was like a memoir of what it's like to grow up in that environment, and it wasn't pretty. It was sad. And he talks about the trauma and just the strife that comes with growing up in those environments. So there is a way to talk about your environment and your upbringing and the terrible things you're seeing on a daily basis without glorifying it, without making it seem cool. You know what I'm saying? So many rappers have spoken out about this. Drake has on multiple occasions talked about how he wished, like, he's from Canada, and I listen to Canadian music from time to time, and apparently the violence there is kind of crazy. In Toronto in particular, the violence there is crazy amongst these gangs and whatnot. And he's spoken out about how he wishes they would kind of stop. It's too much. It's sad, and you lose rappers to this stuff, because the ones who actually live the life they rap about, they die. Live by the sword, die by the sword, man. They either die or they go to jail. At some point, you have to stop, and then stop promoting the stuff. It's evil stuff. It's my opinion. Let me get out of here. But before I do, so I'm doing this daily reading of what I'm doing this daily reading of daily sharing of what I've been reading in the Bible. I'm going through Samuel, the book of Samuel, 1st and 2nd Samuel. I'm just sharing what I've been learning, and then I pray at the end of all my videos, just to impart blessing and peace and all that good stuff. So hopefully you can stick around and maybe learn something, regardless of what you believe. So I was reading Samuel chapter 7. Yesterday I read chapter 6, and the day before that chapter 5. Right? Anyway, so where we're at now, the Ark of the Covenant gets returned to Israel. It was stolen by a bunch of different cities and nations, whatever the case may be. But now it's made its way back to Israel, finally. And the Israelites are encouraged by this. They're like, whoa, this is great. It's come back, yay, yay. At first, because it made its way to this one Israelite city, and that didn't go too well, because they weren't observing the rules that come with handling the Ark of the Covenant. If you don't handle it in a very particular way, you will die, because it's the vessel for God's spirit. It carries the spirit in the physical realm, and it's more of a symbol that God is with you. So that it's this it's like a box that gets carried on this structure or whatnot. I don't know. So that's what the Ark of the Covenant is. So now it's with Israel for once more. So the first Israelite city it made its way to, they were messing around and people died, and so they're like, take this out of here, take this further, take this to this other Israelite city or whatever the case may be. So it ends up there, and they're like, okay, cool. We've been worshiping these other gods since the Ark has been away. We've turned away from our God. We've been doing all this other crazy shit. So let's turn away from that stuff and turn back to God and start serving Him and Him alone. So there's this prophet Samuel, who the book is named after. And he's like, okay, cool. It's great that y'all are doing this. Let's all gather in this one place, all of us. Let me pray on your behalf and try and secure God's blessing over us as a nation. So they do that. Then their mortal enemies, the Philistines, hear about this. Like, oh, they're gathering in one place, are they? Well, let's go kill them. So they go out. And then the Israelites hear about this. So the Philistines are on the way, and they're going to murk everybody here. People are terrified, so they say to Samuel, because he's a prophet and he's close to God, they're like, please pray on our behalf, because we don't want to die. So Samuel is also stressed. He's like, God, please do something. So God hears Samuel's prayer, and he smites the he causes confusion amongst the Philistines. Then the men of the Israelites go out and start slaughtering them and chasing them and all that stuff, and then they win. They're like, yay, we avoided calamity, woohoo. Then it says, throughout Samuel's lifetime, the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines. That's Samuel chapter 7, verse 13. Throughout Samuel's lifetime, the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines. And that spoke to me. It's like, because of this one guy, God blessed this entire nation. While he was there in power, praying over the Israelites, and God kept blessing them. And that goes to show the power of the prayer of a righteous man or woman, and the benefits of being close to God. I genuinely think there is a difference in your life when you're close to God versus when you're not. I've seen it, I feel it, and I believe it to be true. When you're close to God, things change. It doesn't mean your life becomes easy, but I do think in a sense it does. You start to see more prosperity, you start to see more success. There's still challenges. In some cases, your challenges might be greater than other people's challenges, but you see more success. And God smiles on you. And in all of that, He always brings you out. And it's always to make you better, always to make you stronger. But there is definitely blessing and provision and prosperity for those that cling to God. That's what I'm getting from this. Because things could have gone the other way. The Philistines could have come and raped and pillaged and just slaughtered them. But it didn't go that way. It went well. So you can apply that to your own life. What situations are going bad that could go well? Cling to God, man. Cling to God, and you might start to see a change. I genuinely do believe that's the truth. So yeah, that's that. By the way, this is a Biggie Smalls notebook. I love Biggie. Just from a technical aspect, his rapping was phenomenal. Anyway, let's pray. Dear God, I thank you for this individual who is watching this. And I pray for blessing and provision for their life. I pray that whatever they're doing, whatever they're striving towards, you establish them and you help them get there. I pray that you make your presence known in their life so that they move with you, and that you open doors for them and show them what's possible through you. And I just pray for their friends and family, healing and protection over the friends and family, healing and protection over all those they care about. Thank you for good health, long life, and happiness over this individual all the days of their life, and that they're truly happy, truly at peace. Just protect them and keep them safe and help them fulfill their potential. Every day is a new day, and I just thank you that every day we get another chance to do better and be better. In your name I pray. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.